Hey, fourth grade, how's it going? I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to be doing day 4 of the DCPS week 1 packet. We are going to be planning our project. How exciting. Your page should look like this. You see you have 3 different options on the front, and you'll also need your note-taking sheet that you've used yesterday on day 3 that have those skinny lines and that I used in yesterday's video. Here, if you were following along with me and maybe took notes with me, I modeled with my colorful sheets. So I have those up in the background, and that's what I'll be referring to. So they're going to ask for you to choose 3 options. You should only continue watching my video today if you have chosen the comic book option. Mr. Freeman's video is going to be the diary entry option, and Miss Rowe's video is going to be the short story option in the middle. So stop watching if you did not choose the comic book option, because I'm going to be showing you guys and doing a lesson on the comic book option. So if you did not choose that option, go ahead, check out Mr. Freeman's option, which is the video on the diary entry, and Miss Rowe's option, which is the video on the short story. So find the proper video to do the lesson that you chose, the option you chose. Okay, this is only the comic book option, which is option A, I think. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. All right. So we are on, like I said, DCPS packet, week 1, day 4. Today's test is obviously you choose your product. We've all chosen the comic strip. We're going to determine what our product is asking us to do. We're going to determine what evidence from the text we're going to use in our product. And then we're going to revisit that text focusing question that we've been working with all week long, just like we do normally in RRW. How exciting. All right, so on our sheet, the other sheet that we're using in the DCPS packet, it looks just like this. It has a gray bar above the top, and it says guiding question, and then it says note catcher. It says, what is your product asking you to do? So I'm being asked to do, and you're being asked to do, if you created the comic strip, is 1, create a comic strip using the evidence we've gathered while reading. So all this evidence we've gathered, we're being asked to create a comic strip. We need a clear beginning, we need a clear middle, and a clear end in this comic strip. I know as a writer that a clear beginning has settings and characters. I know a clear middle has a most exciting part, which usually introduces the problem, and then a clear end. What does the end have? If the middle has a problem, what does the end have? I forgot it in my notes. What do I need to add? Comment below. Which evidence from the text will you use? So clearly, 6 boxes is not enough to talk about a 4-act play. So we're probably going to need to choose one of the acts to focus on. So this is where you as a writer get to choose and make a creative choice of your own. I chose Act 3 because this was a really cool act for me and where my imagination really got going as I was reading. So I chose Act 3. So this was Act 3, boycotting English tea. This is how I broke it down. Beginning will be box 1 and 2 in Edenton, North Carolina is my setting. There's 3 characters in this act, Elizabeth, Carolyn, and Maud. And the main idea of these 2 boxes is they're coming up with the idea to boycott. The middle, same 3 characters, they're going to decide to brew their own American tea, no more English tea, okay? The problem here is they're deciding if it's safe or not. They're kind of going through that debate. Then in the end, they're going to vote on the declaration and see if they're all in agreement, and they name it Liberty Tea. So there's the solution at the end. So see how I filled out my note catcher? If you did not choose Act 3, you're going to go through the same steps with whatever act you've chosen for your comic strip. Notice at the top, I have some picture support. If you are like, oh my gosh, what the heck is a comic strip? Remember comics like in the newspaper? That's what a comic strip is. So go ahead and check out the top of the screen. There's a little picture of a comic strip. But don't worry, I've created my own coming up. So there is one. So here's how you're going to take your paper. I have a picture here of just a plain sheet of white paper. If all you have is lined paper at home, that's great too. Say all you have is paper that might already have some stuff written on it. Trying to find something. Oh, say you have this paper, you're not doing the writing one because you've chosen the comic strip one. You could still create your comic strip on this paper. That's okay, just draw over the lines. If you don't have plain white copy paper, that is A-okay. So you're gonna take the paper, you're gonna fold it in half like this, and then you're gonna fold it in thirds. So you're gonna take it not halfway down, just about a third, just like you guys do in math. You're gonna fold it, and then you can lift that up, and then fold it again to where that crease is. And then you got thirds, then you have sixths. And then you'll label each box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you see I have my planning to the side. So I have planned for you guys my first and second box. I showed you in the text here how I took a chunk of the text, the beginning of the text, to plan my first box and my second box. I have my 3 characters, I have their thoughts in a thought bubble, and I also have their words in a speech bubble. That's how the best way I could think of how to get all these things across in just 2 boxes. Because there's so much complex things happening in just these 3 lines from the text. So I have these 3 characters. They're talking about how the tea taxes are unfair. They're talking about how the Stamp Act is unfair, how the East India Tea Company is getting all the money and they're getting to sell everything. So they're talking about it. They're saying, what should we do? I have an idea. They're saying, how can we support freedom for the colonies? How can we do something that makes us free from England? She's saying, let's boycott the English tea. I threw mine away this morning, and now that's going to lead them to being like, but what about that because I hate coffee? Then it's going to lead in the middle to they're talking about a safe thing to do, brewing American tea, and so on and so forth. So I'll go on to create my other 2 boxes of the middle and then my 2 boxes of the end. So that's how I went through planning my comic strip. Our next video is going to be publishing and revising, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Please comment below any questions or wonderings that you had when you were planning your comic strip. All right, I can't wait to see these comic strips. I bet they are going to be so awesome. I bet your guys' art is out of this world. I had so much fun creating mine, even though my art is nothing compared to your guys's. I miss you guys. Hopefully you're all staying safe. All right, see you later.